Welcome guys to the next episode of our YouTube Let's Play series for FTB Regrowth. This mod pack is available on the FTB Launcher. Information on how to download the pack is listed below in the video description. Pack code is Regrowth. So we pick up here on episode 4, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what has occurred since the last episode. So I went ahead and I found another piece of the floral, what do they call that? The floral, this guy right here. It's called floral fertilizer, and I got myself an additional mystical white flower. So if you look at the last item, or last quest that we had to complete, the last quest was basically gather 2 mystical white flowers, and the reward would be 16 more floral fertilizer and 16 bone meal. So let's collect that, and let's go over here and let's grab our second mystical botanical flower and let's turn that in. There we go. We now claimed that reward and we are good to go. So let's make sure we store those things for time being. We'll store all the Botania stuff inside of this chest. And there we go. There's also another mystical flower. So this is what I've done with the base, guys. I'll give you a quick little tour here. So you can see this is our little pasture area we use to grow the Botania seeds. I've now cleaned up the entire base out here, and you can see I've started some little farms. We do have to go find ourselves water. We'll create an infinite water source. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 farms, and I'm also going to create something with the sugarcane as well. And we did complete the outdoor swimming pool. We had the contractors come over, and they gave us a pretty good price, so we paid them and they finished our outdoor swimming pool. So if you haven't seen this before, here's the rest of our base. We're going to go, and at this point it's still nighttime, but I think what we can do is we could start moving some of the crops from inside to outside. So let's take all the different crops that we have in here and let's go get them reset up back outside, and we'll get this moving as quickly as possible. So let's move that from there to here. Alright, so now let's take and sort all these different things. And I think what we'll do is we'll make this one into a wheat farm for now. So these are just regular old seeds. So let's get that going, and let's take some of these crops. There we go. And in order to make this work, we need to go like so. Put 2 of those down, and that'll spread from here into those. So I'm going to do this a couple different times just so we can kind of get these really growing. And what we'll do is we'll come back later and we'll analyze these things after they've had a chance to grow. You'll see why. I'll show you, kind of explain to you what's going on with that as soon as we get this all set up. So there we go. This is going to be our wheat farm for now. And you'll see that the crops will start to grow out from here. Did I run out of sticks already? Okay, so to make more sticks, you just take your and combine them in a regular crafting grid, or your in-game, your in-person crafting grid, and you can make these agricultural. I don't even know what to call these things. They're just basically sticks. So there we go. There's our seeds. Then we have the carrots. Let's get some of those down. Okay. There we go. And we'll start another one here. There's another carrot. I don't think I have any more of those. We do have some sugar cane, so let's get that started over here on the sand. And we'll do that here. I guess I just plant the sugar cane, right? It doesn't technically matter. I guess I need water first. Alright, let's do this. Let's go find our water bucket, which should be back inside the house. or in our crop chest here. And let's get the infinite water source figured out first. Looks like I have an extra seed here. Let's put that away in the proper bins. So as I begin out here, one of the things I should point out too is it's nice to have all your stuff somewhat sorted out. We had a visit from a spider. So I'm going to move the crop chests for the agricultural farming. I'm going to put that right out here so we can kind of have a place to manage our stuff. And you know, we have the Botania flowers over here, and we'll use that area for that. Do I have any? I don't think I have any bricks here or blocks to jump up on. We're going to need at least a few, just so we can jump over top of the wall here. So I like to put my blocks in the corner. It just gives me an opportunity to look out. You can see all the different mobs outside the wall, outside of our safe compound here. We're going to take a chance here. We're going to go grab some water. And, wow, this is interesting. I guess we'll have to just run out here real quick and go set up an infinite... Well, we have water inside the base. Well, I don't even know why I'm doing this. See, this is one of those things where, like, I'm making it a more difficult process than it needs to be. But that's the swimming pool. I can't steal the swimming pool water. You know, that's chlorinated. So we'll just go over here and grab this. There's our infinite water supply. Ay, ay, ay. Sometimes, I tell you, sometimes you have to wonder. Alright, so we're good to go. This water, though, my God, does that have an interesting color? That's for sure. Alright, so now we should be able to plant this sugarcane seed, and we'll get that to... don't I need to put this inside of one of these things? Let's try that again. No? Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, so we'll just let that grow, and we'll plant ourselves a sugarcane farm. I thought it was going to require the agricultural crop, so that means this is going to work. It just may require us to put more water there. I think that'll work for us. Okay, I'll figure this out. So we got to make like basically like a checkerboard pattern, and we'll get that to grow. Let's come over here and get this. We'll put some items in here. Anything that comes from these crops, we'll put over here. Also, potato. Let's set up a farm for that as well. Go over here and doop, doop, doop. One potato seed. And we'll learn a little bit more about this process here shortly. We'll see kind of how these crops interact. So the idea is you can crossbreed two different crops together. We saw a little bit of that in the last episode. But right now, what my primary goal is just to get the farm started, and so this is going to produce the strongest seed possible for each of those groups, and we'll learn a little bit more about that in this specific episode. Okay, so there is an actual seed for sugarcane there. All right, so there we go. That's exactly what I was looking for, the sugarcane seed, which is different than the resulting sugarcane itself. All right, so we also have mandrakes. Let's get those planted over here. And 1, 2. There we go. Alright, so mandrake seed. They're pretty cool. Mandrakes are awesome. You saw in the last episode, you get this little running guy that goes running all over the base, and then you gotta kill him. I thought that was pretty darn cool. Pumpkin seeds. I guess we'll just plant that over here. We'll put it over here for now. Okay. So put a pumpkin seed there. There we go. So we got that, and I think there's belladonna seeds as well. But we'll take a look at all this stuff here. Belladonna seeds. Let's put that over there. And where are we gonna put this? Here, we'll put it with the carrot farm. Why not, right? That seems like a pretty reasonable place to put it. There we go. We'll put it there, and we'll put it over here. Alright, so I'm going to continue to do this, and we'll bring all our farms out here, and then the next step, as I'll get all this sorted out, we'll get the chest sorted out here. I'll take a little bit of time to work on the crops and getting this figured out, and then we'll work on the next piece of the AgriCraft, which we will we'll do right back. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and we'll let these grow, and then we'll come right back. So I'm going to fast forward, and I will be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. I've done some work on the crops. As you can see here, I've done a little bit of expansion, and I put the crops in between the other ones just to see what kind of expansion we can get. So there is something that's kind of given me a little bit of a curious question here. So let me see. This is fully grown. So the easiest, these crops are all clickable. You can right click on them. You don't have to break them in order to get the yield from the crop. And you know, there you go. So I could just simply go around, and yes, we're starting to get larger crop area and all that stuff. But the next question is, what can we actually do with this besides farm? Because there's got to be some actual use. This pack is called Regrowth, so there must be some way for us to do something with it. So let's take a look back at our quest line here, and we could see the things we've finished and what we have to go moving forward. So there's a couple different quests. Let's look at the available quests. One of them is growing knowledge. We're going to need to make a Lexica Botanica. I think we'll hold off on that for right now, and we'll get started with the Lexica Botania stuff shortly, because if I'm not mistaken, in order to make the Lexica Botanica, Lexia Botanica, which is one of the most awesome books there is out there, you need paper, and I don't remember having any. We do have a sugarcane crop growing, but until this technically grows, we're not going to be able to make a piece of paper. So let's look at the next quest, which is this guy, which is going to help us out extremely. So how this works is, it's an analyzer. So the quest reads, feeling seedy. You've got all these seeds you're growing, but maybe you want to know a little bit more about them. Some form of analyzer to let you look at them a little closer should be exactly what you need. So a task where the player has to craft a specific item. In this case, it's a seed analyzer. So let's back out, let's check into NAI, and let's look at the seed analyzer. So what type of items are we going to need here? It looks as if we need some half slabs, we need some full slabs, some sticks, and a piece of glass pane. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of work for us. So let's gather up the components that we need to make this guy. Our sugarcane has grown, and we can now make our piece of paper. So let's combine that over here. There's our piece of paper, and if we go and we take any single flower from inside of here. So let's see, do we have any of an abundance? There we go, we'll just take that one. And then we combine those two, so we combine a single piece of paper and a Botania flower. You get the Lexica Botania. The cool thing about this is if you look at a particular item, so in this case, if we hold shift, it shows you it's red sand. If you look at this, it says it's a crop. You look at that, it says it's cracked sand. You know, whatever you look at. But if we look at, let's just look, for example, at one of these. If we look at this flower, for example, and we open it up, you can see it actually opens up to the very specific page. Fireworks. Fireworks are awesome. So it opens up to the very specific page inside of there where that goes. Alright, so let's turn that quest in, because that was one of the quests we had. Here it is, Lexica Botania, and that gives us some more floral fertilizer, because that's going to be very, very useful very soon. Let's put all that up there. We now have 32 pieces of that. Some more bone meal. Let's put our paper in there. Alright guys, so we learned an important lesson as we tried to attempt to make some limestone colored glass, or actually brown colored glass with the glass pane. And what we learned is we actually want to make it with regular, and I'm actually going to need, I think, 2 more pieces, because I need a total of 8. So what we learned is that you actually have to dye the glass before you turn it into panes. So like I said, you live, you learn. So let's cook up the last 2 pieces of this. We'll make ourselves our dyed limestone because, you know, first you got to turn the mystical flower into some petals, and then you can use the petal, the pestle and mortar to make the floral powder. So in this case we'll use the lime color. And let's grab those last 2 pieces. Now if we combine this in a crafting grid, around the outside you can use the limestone, and there you go, you now have some lime stained glass. Take that and make ourselves there, and we should now be able to make the seed analyzer, which is here. So let's take our limestone colored glass and our half stone. We need our sticks. And there you go. There's our seed analyzer. Let's see. We have to put a nice block down so we can put this on that. Let's put our analyzer here. There you go. That's our seed analyzer. Man, that was a lot more work than I initially had thought. But nonetheless, we've made it, and we are good to go at this point. So how this works, I don't think I have any seeds in here. But how does this work? Let's show you. So you can take any one of these seeds. Let's try to make, like, say, this one. So we take a seed and we go over here and stick it into the analyzer. You'll see this gives you back a strength of the seed. So in this case, this is a growth of 1, a gain of 1, and a strength of 1. So as we continue to use the seeds, and they evolve, the further out they go, like this crop for example. Let's see if this one has gained any strength because it was the next seed in line. So this hopefully should be a fair bit stronger. In that case it wasn't. Let's see, put that down. Let's check this one. Maybe this seed, did I lose a seed? There it is, okay. So let's see if we've actually gained any strength with any of these seeds. Now, like I said, it is a chance. Okay, so there you go. You can see it's now a growth of 2, a gain of 2, and a strength of 2. So every single possibility moved up by 1. So the theory is, if we saw that seed and how it works, they can all go up to a strength of 10, a growth of 10, and a gain of 10. Now, the growth means how fast it grows, and the gain means how much additional items you're going to get. So I think for like a 10-10-10 crop of wheat, if I was to right-click this, instead of getting 1, I would get like 4 of the wheat. So that's a good thing, and it's going to help us to expedite, you know, the farming and all that stuff later on. So it doesn't matter the type of crop. Every single one of the crops that you use has to go through this AgriCraft. You have no choice. You have to do it. So we did make this guy. We didn't collect the reward yet. This is actually going to give us the agricultural journal. And the cool thing about this is you can actually stick this over here on the table, and you can kind of see it right there. And as we analyze the seeds, it'll actually add the information into there. So let's take another seed here that we haven't analyzed yet. Grab that. And you'll see what happens is we'll take a look at this book and kind of get an idea of what's going on. So there we go. There's another 222 seed. But if we take this book and take a look inside, you'll see this is called the Agricultural Journal. And the cool thing is, let's see here, options, video, auto. There we go. So we take a look inside of this, you can see welcome to the Agricultural Journal, and it would basically give you, so in this case, a wheat seed. It tells you what it does. It can tell you some of the mutations. So as it learns, as this book learns more information about the crops that you're making, it'll record the information inside of the book, and it's going to be a very useful tool. So that is a very important component. And you'll see a lot of this stuff I'll probably end up doing off stream and increasing the power of the crops. Now there is some mutations. So one of the mutations that we're going to want to accomplish in order to make, like, say, a bed is going to be a very important item. So we have to figure out how can we get from the crops that we have now in order to make a cotton seed. It says we need barley. So barley is from wheat seed and sugarcane, so we can make barley pretty easily. Also, in order to make cottonseed, we need something called dandelion, and dandelion is a combination of sugarcane and melon, and that'll give you dandelion. I don't think we have melon yet either. This one I did start on, so you'll see here it's carrots and pumpkins. So if we go over to our carrot crop and our pumpkin crop, you can see here, here's the pumpkins, here is the carrot crop, and I put this between. We now successfully have grown ourselves a melon seed, which is awesome. So we can grab this, let's put down the crop stakes again, and let's take a look at our melon seed. So if we throw this in here, you'll see this is a growth 2, gain 1, strength 1 seed. But more importantly, if we go and take a look at our book, you'll see that this is updated with the information from the melon seed, and yeah, so there you go. It'll basically show you information, and this book will basically, you know, give you some knowledge. All right, so what did we learn? We were trying to make the cotton seed. One of the routes is combining sugarcane and melon to make dandelion. So let's look at our crop over here. I don't know if we have any dirt. We should have some dirt. If not, we'll steal a piece. Let's just steal a piece of dirt from right here. So we know it's the sugarcane. We just looked it up, right? It's going to be a combination of sugarcane, seed, and melon is going to make dandelion. So let's, well, we're going to need 2 pieces of dirt. I apologize. So let's do this right here. Alright, so let's grab some more sticks. If we need more, you can always craft them whenever you need them. There you go. And let's make sure you have the matic and everything you need. There we go. Alright, so that's going to be there. This is going to be the growth crop, and this is where we're going to grow the melon. So now between those two, we should have a possibility of making the dandelion seed, and we also should probably start on this barley seed. So barley is sugarcane and regular wheat. So let's grab 2 more pieces of dirt. Oh, let's grab 2 more pieces of dirt. Let's go grab ourselves a wheat seed. Grab one. Let's grab this one right here. There we go. Let's analyze this puppy before we go bringing it over there. What do we got? We have a growth 2, gain 2, strength 1. So that's good. Let's bring it over here, and let's go on to the opposite side, which is let's just do this here. Okay, get that going. Where's our sticks? There we go. Boom, boom. Hopefully this makes a little bit of sense to you guys. And you see when you double cross this, that actually makes this like, I don't know, from what I can understand, that means like we're breeding this crop. So there's a sugar cane, and there's the that seed. We should at some point be able to make this work. So let's take a look at our quest line and see. The next item we need to make is called the mutation task, the HQM, You recall a mixture of bone meal and mandrake that could transform plants into other plants. Perhaps this could be applied to the grasses you managed to cultivate. A task where the player has to craft specific items. So let's look at the recipe for Mutandis and see if we have the necessary ingredients. So Mutandis, in order to make this, it requires some green dye, which we figured out how to make that. We know how to make the mandrake root. We do know how to make wood ash. So let's go and let's see if we can figure out if we have any green. We should have some green flowers or something green. Oh, we have some flowers in here that shouldn't be in here. The mandrake, mystical gray, magenta, cyan. We may need to do some more of this here. Lavender, yellow, mystical light gray, white, pink. We don't have any green. Okay, so let's use this floral fertilizer. Let's see if we can get some green flowers to grind up, because I don't think we've seen any cactuses out there, so let's do that. Alright, I think we got the green seed. We got exactly what we needed, right? So the first shot, we've got exactly what we're looking for. So let's put all those away. Let's put that back in there. Let's go grind this one up. Where's our mortar and pestle? There it is. So the first things first, we need to convert that over into some green petals, mortar and pestle, and there we go. We have those two items. Now we're going to need the mandrake, which the mandrake plant should be growing here. Oh, we made another one of those things. Where'd he go? These things are always fun. Every time you go to... Oh, where'd he go? Come here! Stop running around. I just need your seed, or whatever the heck it is. My God. There. So two of those. Every time you get to mess with that seed, it's like a new experience, right? So the wood ash and some bone meal. I don't know if do I have bone meal down here? I know we could get bone meal from breaking the grass. Oh, we do have bone meal right there. And we need the wood ash. I don't know how many I've kept. Let's see. I don't have any here. Maybe I have some over here. There we go. 6 wood ash. Okay, so now we have everything we need in order to make that puppy. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 2 of those and a bone meal. So there we go. We've got 3 Mutandis. Nice. Alright, so this is going to be, the next part of this one is quest book, Mutandis is, there we go. So we can claim our reward, pick one. We can make floral fertilizer, I believe. Mutandis, well, we can make Mutandis, we can make bone meal. What about floral fertilizer? Let's look at the recipe for that. Floral fertilizer. The recipe for floral fertilizer requires a whole bunch of dyes and looks like it'd be a whole bunch of fun. But the Mutandis is just the same. I think we'll use the floral fertilizer. I can make more Mutandis. That's not going to be a huge deal, and we can do a lot of that off stream. So let's take and we'll use the additional floral fertilizer for our Botania stuff, which we're going to need tons of. Now the important thing is, if we stick a piece of bone meal down, this is going to be where the magic happens. Actually, I think what we should do is we should wait till the next episode. So let's do this. So what is our next plan? You will have to wait until the next episode. Be sure to press that thumbs up button. You can always watch live streams on twitch.tv, MinecraftingDAD, and all information about this and where to download the pack is available below the stream or in the description. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.